Hi everyone, this is Tina. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm here to do a quick like flip through here of my finished project. So I'm just going to alter my tripod slightly, so hopefully we've got a kind of better angle for this. Okay, so this is my Pink Boutique. It's a folio and a kind of journal and ephemera wallet type thing. I did do a video of my kind of process of this. It kind of evolved through the making of it, so to come out with obviously what has finally been produced. So if you haven't kind of watched that, you may find that interesting. So yeah, I'm just here to kind of do the final flip through. Let me just raise my tripod now. I'm so sorry. The reason I don't do this beforehand is because as soon as you click record, the like kind of positioning seems to adjust and it doesn't necessarily stay. So if I stopped the camera and then kind of clicked record again, it sometimes kind of seems to adjust. So it's only kind of when I'm actually filming that I can seem to adjust it. Anyway, enough of that. So basically I've bound it with this really pretty soft net. So it's just kind of a long piece of soft net. It's just kind of I think it was from kind of, sorry, I did knock the tripod, from an underneath of a dress of mine. So that's kind of how it's bound. It's very soft, it's very pretty. So the cover, I love how this turned out. I haven't distressed any of this. I have left it in its kind of bright, clean, crisp kind of colours as it was printed. So it's all just pinks and greys and whites. And I just, yeah, really love the colours, and I'm really glad that I didn't distress it or anything. I think it looks really pretty just as it is. I have Mod Podged the outside, so it's got a kind of glossy sheen to it now. But obviously that hopefully protects it from kind of, you know, if you've dripped coffee on it or anything, you could kind of clean it off a bit. So on the cover here, I've got some lace trim down the side and a fabric ruffle, and then I've got some of this kind of pearl trim down here, and then I've just got a piece of lace kind of popped under there and a little bow. Obviously I've got one of the fussy cut pieces there layered onto some lace here, all sort of glued down, and then I've popped some lace here that kind of reinforces the spine where the fold of the folio goes. And then the back is plain other than kind of being Mod Podged. Obviously you've got kind of stitching. Some I've left kind of threads and things, so it looks kind of a bit shabby chic. And some, as you can see, I obviously didn't have the neatest stitching in the world anyway. So I just want to kind of point that out. And then I've obviously reinforced down this spine as well with some more lace trim like that. And then when you open it up, you've got a journal tucked inside. Now, the journal is attached here. I changed which fold I was going to attach the journal. So in my kind of process video, I was going to attach the journal on this side. I changed that over. I've attached it on this side instead. It just seemed to kind of hold better that way and kind of fitted better that way. I also didn't use the black elastic. I used white instead, just because I thought it kind of kept the really pretty kind of, you know, pale colours going. So literally you just can untuck the journal from there, and the elastic obviously, you know, is just kind of held around on the fold kind of line there. So if I just kind of do the journal first, the journal's a really simplistic kind of book, really. It's kind of a journal or a photo book. You know, it's not a massive one. It's not kind of full of pages or anything like that. But, you know, nonetheless, I think it's really beautiful, turned out really pretty. I personally would use something like this as a kind of bit of a kind of photo kind of memorabilia book. Now I've glued it there and... oh, I'm so sorry. I've now obviously glued it down, and now I've just torn a little bit of that page. So I'll just point that out. I don't think I'm going to be able to repair that or anything, but that's, you know, something to be aware of. So, yeah, I would use this kind of for a mixture of kind of photos and journaling, I think, is how I would kind of use it. So on the cover, again, I've kept it in theme with the folio. So it's all Mod Podged, you know, so it's got this kind of leathery kind of feel, which, you know, is really nice. And on the cover, I've just obviously stitched around. I've added some lace here. I've added one of my junk journal flowers, which looks really pretty. It's again in the kind of pink shades with some pink sheet music. And then it's got a pocket. I just tucked in one of the little fussy cut pieces from the kit into there. And then going inside, obviously you've now got this piece where I have obviously unfortunately slightly kind of damaged the top of there. But on the inside of the front cover, I think we made this pocket on my launch video of this pink boutique kit. If I recall, I'm pretty sure that we did. So that's what I popped on the inside of the front cover. So you've got a pocket here. It's just got some lace, a couple of the fussy cuts, and some little bling there. And then here some lace trim down the bottom. And then I've just got a couple of journaling cards. So one kind of tucked in the side here, and one that obviously tucks into the pocket of the pocket piece itself. And then this page I've left plain for either journaling or, you know, pop a photo on there. But I mean, obviously it's relatively plain kind of page, so you could easily journal on here. Then going over the page, there is a pocket page, I guess, with that gorgeous collage page there. I've popped a bit of lace on here, and then tucked in the pockets, I just made a little envelope, which I just stitched around on the sewing machine, and then the closure is the little fussy cut, you know, boutique piece. So I thought that was quite nice. And you've got some lace trim down there and a little flower and a bit more stitching on here. So obviously you could just kind of pop, you know, something in there, photos or what have you in there. So that's that piece. Oops. There we go. That just slides in here. I had it this way around because I thought it was rather nice to be able to see the lace. Then I've got that gorgeous beetroot dyed paper. So that's really nice, and obviously kind of, you know, a couple of sheets of that for journaling. Then I've got a vellum piece of some of the pink boutique paper. So that's really nice. And obviously, you know, it makes it sound nice. Then you've got some of the collage page and another piece here. What else I thought that would be rather nice to do in here is if you kind of either gessoed or did some white acrylic paint kind of lightly over, so that your kind of text would show up better, you know, is how kind of I thought would look quite nice in here. Because you haven't obviously got an abundance of kind of plainer pages if you wanted to journal on here. But that's why I say, you know, I would maybe kind of use this for photos and things like that. And then obviously you've got this page. Love these images. They're just really pretty. And then you've got another couple of plainer pages. Then here on this page, I've just popped one of the acetate pockets that I did. So that's just been stitched on the sewing machine with, sorry, it's not acetate, laminate there. So I've laminated one of the fussy cut images inside there, backed it onto some of the background page, pop some lace down the bottom, attach this on as a pocket, so you've got a little journaling card in there which just slips in the side, and then it's also a tuck spot where I just popped in some more of the pretty background page there, just folded over as another kind of journaling space there. Then these pages obviously are quite empty for kind of journaling. You've got a kind of corner pocket going across here. And then tucked in there, again, I've just popped a piece of the background sheet, which I just trimmed down, obviously, the length of it so as it fitted into the pocket. But that's kind of a good size journaling kind of piece that you've got there. So that just goes in like that. And obviously you've got the stitching around to form that pocket. And then going over, you've got these gorgeous pages here. And then these gorgeous pages here. Again, these are quite plain, so more room kind of journaling and things. And then here I've got this, the centre of the signature. I've got obviously another stitched pocket there. I think we did this on the process video, so you've just got the label there. And then tucked in the pocket, I just made a little pad, so that's got a piece of the vellum there, and then a couple of sheets of the background pages and some more vellum. And then it's just been stapled together, and some soft net and one of the words from the fussy cuts. And then also here I just did a match I can't ever say this, I don't know what's wrong with me. Matchbox like flip book, which, you know, ordinarily I've kind of done these slimmer and opened them out. But this one I thought was rather nice, kind of opening to the side, and obviously I've stitched down there to kind of stitch this little piece closed, which I thought really, you know, worked really nicely. So that just tucks in there. Then you've just got some lace trim running down the side. Then going over, we've obviously got the back of those 2 pages. And then here we've got another pocket page. Again, I just decorated it up with a little bit of one of the fussy cuts and some lace and some bling. And then inside this pocket, I just made a little kind of pouch, I suppose. So I just decorated it up with, again, one of the fussy cuts, a little word with some lace, some soft net and a flower. And then inside there, I just popped a couple of the kind of journaling card fussy cuts in there. So that's in there. Then here I left this page blank. Then on the next page, again, you've got another one of the pockets. I've just popped some lace across the top. And then here I just made I made a paper clip with some lace and the other lace, so it all kind of coordinates and ties in nicely. So I paper clipped on a few of the little fussy cut pieces from the, you know, the fussy cut pack. And then I just did a little fold out kind of piece here, just from one of the background pages. So you've got kind of more room for journaling there. And it's kind of done like in a kind of envelope type style. And I just thought that was really nice with those pieces all kind of, paper clipped on together. So paper clip those back. It's never that easy doing it around the tripod, is it? So that's those. Then obviously I've got another couple of the plainer kind of pages with just the pretty images there. Then here I've got the rest of that beetroot stained paper. Here another pocket running down the side, and I just did a similar thing there with the words. And again, I just made a little flip kind of pad with that beetroot paper. I mean, I hope this comes across kind of in the videos. This is very, very, very pale pink. It's such a soft, pretty pink. And through the lens, it really just looks white. So I hope that this actually does come out kind of looking pink, because it actually is really, really pretty. And I just obviously popped on a fussy cut piece on the first kind of page of the flip pad and stapled it together with some lace trim kind of over the staples. So that's that one. And then going over, you've got another one of those Matchbox books. This time I've obviously stuck it in like a tuck spot there. So it's backed onto some soft net, and then a piece behind a journaling card. Stitched on this little cute word from the fussy cuts, and then obviously this just tucks in like one of the kind of matchbook boxes. I can't say it. I'm just going to give up. One of those, you know what I mean. And then the lace trim down the side. Obviously here you've got the vellum. Here you've got some more of that beetroot stained paper. And then this page, I think we maybe did this together in the video. I have done a paper clip on the other side, so I'll just take that off so this opens. I've just got here a folding kind of flip up that tucks in here behind one of those kind of boutique images that's just on some soft net. So I love how that turned out. And then paper clipped onto the other page. I did obviously an altered paper clip with one of the fussy cut pieces. So that's kind of just that one. And that's paper clipping on a little floating pocket here, which I just used some of the background page and kind of folded it over and stitched around, obviously, to make a little pocket. Edged it with some lace trim and then popped in a couple of the fussy cut pieces in there. So they just kind of go back in like that. And then obviously you could kind of clip that on, you know, either that way or that way, kind of depending on how you like it. And oops, the paper clip obviously kind of can go on there like that. And then this is the inside of the back cover. And you've just got some lace trim kind of running down the bottom. So that's your journal. So although it's not kind of a conventional, you know, big journal, I think you've got plenty of room in there. You've got lots of pull-out interactive bits and, you know, quite a lot of kind of blank pages that you could kind of put photos on or do journaling. So, you know, I think it's kind of a reasonable... And then we move on to the folio part of the project. So obviously I've covered what's on the front cover. So opening it out, obviously you then have, you know, this section here, which is kind of, you know, the folding kind of flap. So that's just kind of been Mod Podged again. And then I've got a word from the Fussy Cut stuck onto some net and some soft lace kind of down the edge. And then when we open it up, I mean, I just think that looks so pretty. And I did say in the process video, to me, this looks very bridal. I don't know why, but just something very bridal about this. But I just love how it turned out. So really was kind of pleased with it. So first of all, we've got here a pocket down this side. I've got some lace trim down the side, and then tucked in the top, I've just got a little flip kind of pad with again some more of that kind of beetroot stained paper and another of the Fussy Cut pieces and some lace trim. So that goes in this, which is a top loading pocket. Then obviously this is another one of those kind of laminated pieces, so it's got again another one of the Fussy Cut pieces laminated and stitched around to form a pocket. So in there, I just literally took a couple of the Fussy Cut boutique-y, you know, building frontages, and I've just Fussy Cut them out and popped them in there. So they're obviously plain on the back, so you could journal on the back of them, or, you know, you might decide to actually kind of glue them in here somewhere, or, you know, you could use them on cards as little toppers, or, you know, envelopes of Happy Mail, or, you know, anything that you want really. So I just thought they were kind of fun and a bit different to kind of include in there some shaped pieces. So that's what's in that, oops, in that pocket. And then tucked in the large pocket, I have got just a little flippy kind of pad. So this is just printed onto copy paper rather than kind of card. But it is double-sided, so it's quite pretty, kind of obviously either side. It's quite a largish piece. You know, it was an A4 and I've just trimmed off kind of the top so as it tucks in. So, you know, you can see kind of how much has been trimmed off. And then it's intermingled with some more of that beetroot stained paper and some more of the kind of background pages there. So you've got a kind of mixture of each, and that's just been stitched across the top and some lace trim and some bling there. So, and that just tucks in here. Love how that looks, and yeah, really like that. Then here obviously that's the elastic, and here I've just reinforced this with, I had put a layer of lace. If you watched the process video, I put a layer of lace on there. However, I didn't really like it because the glue was kind of showing through a little bit yellow. So all I did was actually, if I just untuck that so you can kind of see a bit better, all I did was actually layered up a second layer of the same lace over the top. So, you know, this hopefully is kind of reinforced quite well because you've got kind of obviously the, you know, the papery card stuff itself. And then you've got 2 layers of lace here, and you've got obviously a layer of lace kind of on the outer edge. So that's, you know, that's that piece. Then you've got these 2 pockets here, and obviously the reinforcement down the other side, exactly the same, and obviously on the back again. So inside these pockets, inside the first pocket here, I just did another really simple little kind of like mini journal notepad-y type booklet. Love this, it's just really cute. So it was just using some of the gorgeous collage page. Again, I've just stuck on one of the boutique fronts with some of the lace trim behind, and then what I did was on the front I've just incorporated a little pocket in the front cover and just made a journaling card here with, again, just one of the background pages, and then I just fussy cut one of the boutiques and kind of glued it on halfway and then folded it in half. So when you kind of turn it over for your journaling, you then just got an extra little secret space there that you could kind of write the date or the name, place name or something like that, you know, of what you're writing about. So I thought that was kind of really, really cute. So that's that one, and that just tucks in there. And obviously, as I say, the rest is just, you know, odd size pages of the beetroot, you know, paper. And then on the back, I just again formed another pocket and just popped in a tiny piece of one of the fussy cuts. That just goes in there. So again, more kind of room for journaling. So, you know, overall, you've actually got quite a bit of journaling space. It's just because I'm not used to seeing this format of elements. I'm used to just seeing a straightforward kind of journal. So this seems very different to me. Now, this is one of the tags that we made on my 3-part tag fest kind of at the weekend, on the Easter weekend. So obviously you've just got those couple of journaling cards, which are just from the fussy cut pieces, and obviously the tag itself, and you've got a pocket on there where obviously there you go, and you've got some another fussy cut piece there, and obviously here with some bling. So I'll just pop these in slightly further so that it's not kind of overlapping there. And obviously, yeah, we kind of made this together, so you may have seen that already. So that just tucks into that pocket. And then going on to the final kind of piece, so this back kind of flap, you've got obviously the pocket down here. Again, I just popped on one of the words, backed it onto some lace and a flower, and then tucked in there, I just made this little pocket piece, which I'm going to do a tutorial for these. They're kind of a new style pocket to me. I don't think I've seen anybody else doing these, but again, you know, sometimes it may be that I just haven't seen that. So I just created this little pocket, which initially I was going to actually pop in somewhere, but actually I thought it could just be a kind of floating wallet kind of pocket, really. So obviously I've popped some one of the words here on some lace, and then one of the boutique fronts on some soft net here. And then tucked in, I just took some of the background page and kind of made it into a little journaling card. So that just goes in there like that. And then obviously at the front pocket, another one of the fussy cut pieces in there. So, you know, very different project for me this was. But I absolutely loved it. And, you know, I really had fun doing it. It was really nice to do something very different. I love, you know, the clean kind of look of it, the way it's not kind of coffee dyed. I mean, I love the coffee dyed things, but it was kind of nice to do something very different. And yeah, I just think it turned out really, really, really pretty. So I hope that you guys really like it as well. And so yeah, you know, I hope that you guys really like it as well. And I'm going to try and kind of make a few more of these kinds of things, I think, because they're a bit different to do and a kind of bit of fun. So as I say, it will be in my Etsy shop, and yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts below. And thank you so much for everyone who's left such lovely comments recently. I really do appreciate all of your support and things, because that's kind of obviously what makes it all worthwhile, isn't it? So thank you very much for tuning in, and I will see you all again soon. Thanks then. Bye.